Is it? Can you tell if it's blurry, sir?
It's a little blurry.
Okay.
Fix it.
Oh, hi.
Still blurry.
Nope.
Okay.
I thought we fixed it earlier.
I guarantee you, we had the funnier movie. Our
We
movie
really did.
was hilarious.
Do tell.
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
Oh, then we're done.
Right.
It's terrible, but so worth $10.
It was so worth the $10 to go see that movie. Like, it was like, it really did kind of feel like seeing like sort of a Die Hard clone from like the early to mid '90s, but like not really one of the better ones.
Oh no,
Like
definitely not
like
the bad
Cracker
ones.
Jack level, but like on a much higher budget than fucking Cracker Jack. Like the only like one major difference between this and Cracker Jack was at least in this one when they were shooting when the choppers were shooting at Channing Tatum, he didn't actually yell out, "I'm on your side, you assholes." So it didn't.
I'm surprised though.
That would have been ripping off Cracker Jack.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the line, sir.
Like, I mean, one difference, I guess, between, like, this and, like, if I was to see this in the early 90s, it would have been an R. But
Yeah.
a difference, though...
I noticed a few times where, yeah, you could definitely tell, like, especially with James Woods, his mouth wasn't matching up with what he was saying.
Oh,
at
no.
all.
there's not
Not at
very
all.
good ADR work in this movie.
But
Like,
who cares? Because it's hilarious.
yes, yeah.
It's like he's saying "get him," but I'm pretty sure his mouth is saying "fucking."
And a couple times I did, like, when dude gets shot up with the fucking Gatling gun at the end of the fucking movie, like, okay, I'm sure that was probably meant to be bloody, or you can't shoot one man with a fucking Gatling gun point blank in a PG-13 film. It's gonna look horrible. So like
Well,
there I noticed.
Seeing what it was doing to that car earlier, I'm starting to cringe at first whenever he pops that gun out because I'm like, oh god, it's just gonna turn him into like pink mist.
No, it's not. It's PG-13.
And
I
I'm
think I
like,
showed
oh,
that.
oh wait, no, he's fine. There's like 5 bullet holes on the wall behind him, and he just slumps forward. I'm like, oh, well, apparently he's just a really shitty shot with that.
Like other than that though,
Point-blank range.
when
fucking
people
4 feet away.
other than that, when people get, it was not as shittily edited as fucking World War Z. Like World War Z was a zombie movie where it shows nobody getting bit. In this, it shows people getting shot. It shows bullet holes in people. It shows blood against the wall, and it's just kind of a tame action movie. But it doesn't feel like World War Z. It doesn't feel like I'm watching this fucking edited for television on a Sunday afternoon. For a lot of it.
Well-
For some of it, yeah, but for a lot of it, not really.
In comparison to Olympus Has Fallen, the amount of blood in that, this was like a kid's movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so how
Jesus
was this compared
Christ.
to Olympus Has Fallen?
Not nearly as good. Olympus Has Fallen is like, I wouldn't say it's generally a good movie, but it's really, really fun. And this movie's really, really fun in how fucking bad it is.
Yeah.
I think it's fun in just how entertaining the movie is. I don't think this is a movie that's really taking itself all that seriously. The movie looks and feels like something I would have gone and seen with my dad like 17 years ago. I don't really know how much of this movie was actually meant to be genuine.
Yeah, because I mean, it as much as Olympus Has Fallen felt like an '80s Seagal flick that someone forgot to make.
Yeah.
This one felt like a '90s Michael Bay film that someone forgot to make.
Yeah.
But I mean, it honestly, like the entire way through, like hell, even really like half of the plot. I mean, this would make a great double feature with like The Rock or something like that. Like honestly, like there are a lot of scenes in this that really just reminded me of that.
I think it'd make a really good double, and this is a movie I like a lot. I think it'd make a really good double feature with Sudden Death, the
Yeah.
Van Damme hockey rink one. There's a lot of similar elements to that movie that are in this movie. The relationship with him and his kid, really even the plot of the villains to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It's just in the White House and not a hockey rink. I think Sudden Death is a much better movie than this. This one I think is funnier. I think this movie does have a sense of humor about itself.
Oh, I think it points there's definitely the tongue is firmly planted in the cheek, but
which is something I haven't seen in a Roland Emmerich movie in a fucking while. Like, his last movies have taken themselves way too goddamn seriously. This one really doesn't.
yeah, it doesn't. But at the same time, when it's just the whole movie's fucking. I can't say it was good. I can't in good conscience say it was a good movie. It was fun. Mm-hmm. I had a good time, but I don't think I was laughing along with them. I think I was laughing at them.
I think for a lot of it, I was laughing along with the movie. This is a movie where the President of the United States, when a bullet catches his gets caught, lodged in his Abraham Lincoln watch that saves his life, he says, "Oh man, Honest Abe took a bullet for me twice."
I'm still trying to figure out where the fuck he got that watch.
No, yeah.
Is that your problem?
Yes!
I had the same fucking
No, seriously! Where the fuck did he get that watch?
problem. He's got a watch that says, like, it has an inscription, like it's a little old-fashioned fob pocket watch. It says, like to Abe something something Mary Todd. And he mentions, like, oh yeah, this is Abraham Lincoln's pocket watch. Yeah, my wife gave it to me when I got inaugurated. I'm like, where the fuck did she have that?
Yeah.
Stolen on the White House tour.
Why did she have that watch?
So
Something
it could
that's
save
arguably
his
worth
life, and he could save
millions
that
of
line.
dollars.
It's a priceless artifact of history.
Yeah.
It belongs in a museum.
So do you. But like the little some other little things about it, the fact that the podium saves him from this explosion that levels a whole city block.
From hand grenades, no less.
Yeah. The horrible CGI helicopters in the opening credit sequence.
Seriously,
Wow.
couldn't even find a helicopter.
Yeah.
You know what was
Film
actually
a real one. Just
worse
stick it
than
in
the
there. Would've
CGI
looked better.
helicopters was the CGI background the helicopters were flying across.
Yeah.
I kept noticing that, like that was
Like,
really bugging me.
that camera angle, I think, was
green
physically
screen in
impossible.
front of, like, backgrounds everywhere.
It's been a while since I've seen really obvious green screen, and it wasn't due to seeing really shitty 3D. I'll give it that.
Or maybe this was supposed to be 3D and they decided against it.
At the last minute. No, let's
It's a
not,
2D conversion.
let's not do that. Well, it really in the first 20 minutes, the movie's pretty long. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Really, there's a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that could be really really chopped down. Like
Well, there are entire characters and plots that were pointless.
you'll have that, and even in the best
Like-
Roland Emmerich movie, you'll have that.
Well, yeah, but like, the one that I kept having a problem with was like fake Bennett from Commando.
I liked that guy.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
I liked him, but
No, not Daddy.
he was fucking pointless. Like, he gets to the White House at the beginning, so it's like barking all kinds of orders, but he's obviously just some flunky like anyone else.
Yeah.
And then everyone just keeps like coming into the room where he's guarding the hostages and yelling at him for fucking up. I'm like, honestly, he's just staying right here. He hasn't fucked anything up. It's just shit's going wrong around this room.
Well, like, I like the whole thing with him having an infatuation with not Bill O'Reilly, who was being held hostage.
Yeah.
That was the most unrealistic thing for me about the movie, is that Bill O'Reilly would take a bullet for somebody. That's when it lost me.
It's the ratings poll. Now everybody in there's like,
There were no
yeah,
cameras in there.
he stood up for that little girl.
Yeah, sure. But the first 20 minutes, I was annoyed a lot in the first 20 minutes of this movie because we had to see a really, really annoying kid for about 20 minutes straight
This kid
Doing-
is fucking obnoxious.
doing
Like
nothing.
Lisa Simpson come to fucking life.
Yeah, Lisa Simpson come to the life in the guise of Kristen Stewart from Panic Room. And she's doing nothing in the first 20 minutes but just spouting out random White House trivia that she's finding on Wikipedia over and over and over and over again. And it's supposed to be I think it's supposed to be cute and funny, that part of it, but she's doing it nonstop for 20 goddamn minutes. It wasn't funny the first fucking time. It wasn't funny the 20th goddamn time she does it. It got really, really goddamn obnoxious. And then the villains show up. And here's where the movie actually kind of won me over. The villains in this movie are really good. Like, the villains, I really, really like the villains in this. Oh, another thing, in the first 20 minutes, the fact that, like, she's upset at her dad because he missed her, like, flag recital, so she's mad, and she isn't calling him Dad, she's just calling him John, which was making me really worried, because that was reminding me of Die Hard 5. John, what are you doing here in Russia, John? Fuck off. So I was getting really, really worried at that point. But then the bad guys show up. You've got not Bennett from Commando. You've got James Woods, who's basically Powers Booth from Sudden Death. You got Jimmy Simpson, McPoyle, as not Theo, like with orchestra. He's this ace hacker in it who has like this orchestra music playing.
And the quarterback is Toast.
That's what we said. We leaned over. We did. We just leaned over and said the quarterback is Toast, and like,
but he was doing the whole thing.
Yeah,
he was doing the whole bit.
The police have themselves an RV. We were quoting Die Hard a lot in this, like fucking like helicopter goes down in front of the White House, like, ooh, we're gonna need some more Secret Service guys, I guess.
And in this one, instead of like seeing that armored, carrier moving up,
the police have themselves an RV.
He managed to spot for some guys to take out with rocket propelled devices.
Yeah.
A bunch of Black Hawk helicopters that are flying at street level.
Yeah.
But oh man, they're flying too fast and they got picked up on the traffic cameras. Oops, ran that red light. Going 300 miles an hour.
But it's so patriotic because everyone standing in fucking gridlock on the street is just like... I mean, we've said nothing about the plot of this. It's Die Hard at the White House. Done.
Well, that reporter that watched them go overhead, it's absolute panic. There's complete gridlock traffic. All of a sudden you hear like the hum of the helicopter. Like, oh my, special forces!
Yeah. Special forces?
I swear to God, everyone in there fucking cracked up on that one. Just her shrieking special forces.
I was cracking up at the little girl doing the slow motion. Don't hurt my daddy! Slow motion, running out in the White House lawn, making sure, letting them know, because they're about to send a nuclear strike on. They're about to level the fucking White House at the end of it.
They're about to blow up Alcatraz.
Yeah,
so then Nick Cage runs out there and...
No, the little girl, like with her flag runs out in slow
and of course
motion.
It's the flag with the seal of the president on it.
Yeah.
It's like, sir, I think that little girl is trying to let us know that the president is still alive, sir.
You carry on through the mission, son.
No!
sir, I'm aboard. Pull out. This adorable girl has swayed me
What was
into disobeying a direct order from the acting president of the United States.
Her
This
mom
movie goes through 3 presidents.
Yeah,
by the way.
in the
like
span of like
fucking
it goes.
24.
Yeah, I was just about to say it goes through more presidents than a single season of 24.
Jesus Christ, that show was on for 8 years. They went through 10 presidents.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on those numbers.
Incorrect.
They were only 7. This president served 2 terms.
One of them was Powers Booth. He was one of the bad ones.
The connection. It's all coming together.
We lost our shit at the what was the pen line.
Oh, yeah.
I choose the pen!
Jamie Foxx
We'll set
is
this up for it.
you know, he's essentially playing Obama.
Essentially.
I mean, they basically photoshopped him on like him, but he keeps mentioning that the pen is mightier than the sword, and that gets brought up like 20 fucking times in the movie.
That's like his great defense. Like, come on, the pen's mightier than the sword.
Yeah,
And-
James Woods is wanting to send like all fucking nuclear missiles towards Iran. Is like
And-
his big plan.
Yeah, whenever they kind of catch the president at a point, he's carrying
Yeah.
around a gun, and so James Woods mocking him like, the pen's mightier, huh? Click, click, sets it back down, but then they have a little scuffle later, and he pulls out one of his awesome presidential fountain pens and just shrieks out, "I choose the pen," and just stabs him
I choose the pin!
right
Stab!
in the fucking neck.
That was a couple hours after he
It's like-
told a
it's
terrorist
like,
to
oh,
get.
I've already seen that in Batman.
Yeah. That was a couple hours after he yelled at a terrorist to get his hands off of his Air Jordans. They were really nice shoes.
Well,
They
he
really
gets
were.
one of his
Yeah.
shoes messed up, so they go into his wardrobe, and he's about to put on another pair of dress shoes, like, drops them.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought it would have been better. Or maybe they...
Pump him up.
It's like, oh shit, get your hands off my Air Force Ones.
Well, the movie, like, on a technical level, it's not. It was a lot of the action sequences were honestly really well done. They were shot. They weren't shot in a very high kinetic, very fast Die Hard 5,
the camera
World
wasn't
War
like-
Z.
like, oh my god,
No,
what's happening?
Yeah, it did have some of a lot of the same editing qualities of an action film you would have seen about 17, 18 years ago. It kept the camera fucking still when there's a car chase on the front lawn. On the front lawn of the White House, because that happens in this. You can tell what's fucking going on when people are shooting at each other and doing hand-to-hand combat. You can tell who's getting punched. You can tell where they're getting punched. Even when they get shot, you can tell where they're fucking getting shot.
But it also played fast and loose by like mid-90s action movie rules too. It's like, doesn't matter how much body armor you're wearing, a simple bullet will go right through it.
There's really no rhyme or reason to whose bulletproof vest works in this. Like,
It seems like honestly the less armor you're
Yeah.
wearing, the more
Yeah.
bulletproof you are.
what it is when the script requires that character to die, their vest won't work.
Yeah. It's like bizarre weaponry, like for whatever reason, the president's limo, if you pop down the back seat, has a chrome-plated rocket launcher in the seat.
This
Well,
was
obviously.
It was so shiny.
this was probably my favorite part when the windshield on the limo, because there's this chase around the fucking White House lawn in the presidential limo. Probably my favorite goddamn part was the windshield gets riddled with just like cracks and bullets and everything like that, so they can't see out of it, so they have to turn on that screen so they can see in front of them. But the president's daughter had a movie playing before they did it. When they were in the car, they were apparently watching a movie on that screen, so he's like, no, just turn on the TV, you can see in front of you. And Channing Tatum's like, all right, what's on? It's a zombie movie, so there was zombies. What? Zombies?
Why am I seeing zombies?
Oh, sorry, it's Madonna's favorite movie. Here, let's switch around. It's a wall.
What'd you guys think of Tatum in this movie?
When he was like the banter between him and Jamie Foxx, I thought he was all right, honestly. Like he's pretty fun to watch when he's obviously joking around. But every time there's like a dramatic moment, it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Also, he was being Magic Mike.
He was
really
totally being Magic Mike in this. When something dramatic happens, it falls pretty flat.
But at
Even
the same
when
time, he does not give the worst performance in the movie.
no,
There's much worse.
It's really lucky that this movie isn't taken all that seriously, because if it was, he really wouldn't have worked. He's
Yeah,
not that great of an action hero.
If this movie stuck to like the first trailer they put out,
Yeah,
Oh god.
he really wouldn't have worked in the role, because when it has to get very serious, he doesn't have that much chops in that regard. And when he has to be really kind of tough, I know he's a big dude, but he's not that charismatic as a tough guy. Now, like what Dave
he
said,
just kept carrying around like that kind of same like jock smug.
that's
that he
what,
has.
yeah, it felt more like a high school jock kind of throwing a temper tantrum whenever he gets annoyed by something, because it's usually like, oh, like that. And but like what Dave said, when he's doing something funny, when it's a scene that's very tongue-in-cheek and very light, where he's kind of
Just has to be kind of affable.
yeah, where he's required that kind of doofy, he actually can pull that off, and he's done actually a fairly decent amount of roles like that recently, which I think benefits him.
He's finding his niche.
Yeah, and there are moments in this movie that are like that, the zombie thing. some of the banter he has with the president, and when the whole thing with where he's because he just wants to save his daughter at the beginning of it. He's got the gun. He doesn't really know what's going on. He's got the machine gun going through the room, but hears on the walkie that that some of the bad guys are being sent into the library, and he happens to just kind of pass the library, and he's, oh man, that's the fucking library. God damn it! This is so stupid. Like walks in there.
I had to give him that one. Like that was
a well delivered line.
Yeah.
Like he delivered that really well. And when his character's required to do that, he's fine. A lot of other stuff, not really.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Silver Surfer's a robot.
Jamie Foxx doing a constant impression of President Obama was a little distracting. It took me out of the movie a lot.
It got a little fucking grating. It really did. Especially when they have moments where it's like pulling it off and you're like, all right, Jamie Foxx, and then they make him really dumb for like 30 seconds. It's like, oh.
Yeah, he just kept like slipping around. Like it wasn't really sure. Like they knew what kind of character they wanted him to play.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just brought in from impersonating Obama on Saturday Night Live, and they put him in an action movie.
Yeah.
Because in scenes where it's kind of supposed to be funny, it's fine. In scenes where it's supposed to be serious, it's a little distracting and takes you out of the movie that he's just basically just doing a presidential impersonation in this thing.
Yeah. And some of the supporting acting was killing me.
Like what?
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
I thought she was fine.
You know what? I like her in some things, but her entire role in this movie was she was Uhura from Star Trek. She was repeating shit to the characters that someone else had already said.
You picked up on that more than I did then. I mean,
And then also, every little speech she gave was that same whiny, grating voice that she had in The Dark Knight when she's about to die.
They actually showed a clip on Craig Ferguson when she was on there.
yeah.
And I thought it was, even that bit, it seemed like she was
It's that same
sleepwalking. 'Cause, like,
tenor, same...
She was supposed to be
This
like...
is going to happen now.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
it's-
okay. It's
It's
like,
a
fuck
throwaway
off.
role. She did. It's not a great role, but she did what was required of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
Well, I mean, yeah, like half.
But it's one of those things, seeing someone who I know is much better than that being wasted. So
Yeah.
I don't know that it's really her fault. It's just... It wasn't a good performance.
She's there like in a typical Roland Emmerich movie to kind of like judge someone who's making like a harsh decision to be like the moral compass within this one group of characters. But kind of like with 2012, it didn't really work sometimes, because when they're saying like, you know, we do need to level the White House, they're going to shoot nuclear weapons probably all over the country. By the end, you find out the whole story there. But at that time in the movie, when you're watching that, you're kind of like what they did with Oliver Platt in 2012. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to sit here and go boo, but
Ooh, he wants to close the doors and lock out 3 people to save thousands.
boo.
Typical
Hiss.
political greed.
But yeah, so she's like kind of giving dude shit in this for making a decision that.
Yeah, like at
It's
this
a
point,
rational choice.
Yeah.
At this point, we're on our 3rd president. The second president got shot by a missile launch that took out Air Force One.
Yeah.
Okay, the dude in the tractor. I just have to bring it up.
That's when it felt like a Michael Bay movie
Yes.
to me, because in fucking like
it-
that looked like something out of Pearl Harbor.
They're shooting like
it
a
launches
missile.
a missile from like
Yeah.
a bay in like
Ohio?
the middle of Ohio, and there's a guy like just pulling like a little tractor out of his barn, and you see this giant fucking missile shooting off into the stratosphere, and this guy just kind of like calmly just looks over like,
and
Just random dude on tractor, never been in the movie before, and was not in it past that part. Just
like, God damn it, he got his close up.
just ride his tractor like, huh?
He doesn't even look fucking surprised. Like it's like shit happens all the time in Ohio. This fucking field's done though.
and then the missile hits Air Force One. Mm-hmm. This is a fucking giant ballistic missile. Hits a giant plane, and it doesn't blow up. It just goes through a wing.
The missile looked to be about the size of Air Force One.
Yeah, it just goes through the wing. That's the end.
Well, it goes through that, but then you see it starting to explode, and it topples over on its side.
I like though how
But the missile doesn't. That missile would have incinerated that plane to fucking dust.
Oh, you mean like?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah,
Well,
yeah. It just kind
I
of.
just like that,
the wing,
NORAD had no idea what plane it was. Mm-hmm. It's like, sir, we've got a missile launch. It's like, what's it targeting? It appears to be a modified 747. Like, it doesn't show up as Air Force.
I caught that too.
One.
I was like, are we talking about the same plane here? Because isn't that Air Force One? I thought about that too when I was watching it. But it was like, it's the kind of movie where like, I'm sorry, like really, really dumb shit in a movie like this, it doesn't piss me off when it seems like it's kind of tongue in cheek and
par for the course.
yeah, yeah.
Nothing in this movie pissed me off.
No,
at all.
Yeah.
It was fun because it was stupid.
Yeah.
Not because it was good in any way
It was
whatsoever.
fun, stupid. For me, it was fun, stupid. I expect that out of a movie like this, and like its success is based on whether or not it's a good kind of stupid, or also whether or not the movie is entertaining.
Yeah.
The
Which,
movie.
yeah, like Die Hard 5.
Oh God.
Didn't pull that off.
No,
any of it.
It pulled neither one of those fucking things off. I mean, you can have a movie that seems like it's intended to be stupid, and it's a bad kind of stupid, and they don't even work like that. This one, it made me laugh throughout most of the movie. Like, I kind of got my money's worth here. Dear God, is this not one of the best fucking movies of the year? It's not even that great of a fucking movie. It doesn't have that great of an action hero in it, but as a throwback movie to some older action movies that are a lot better than this. I mean, given the choice between this and Sudden Death or an Under Siege movie or hell, The Taking of Beverly Hills, let's throw that one out there. Those movies are better than this, but I haven't seen a movie like this in a long time. You guys did a few months ago. So I thought the movie was entertaining. I thought that it did not at all take itself all that fucking seriously. A lot of the jokes in it I thought worked. I thought the action was, I thought it was well shot. I thought it was well put together. So if it sounds like it's your cup of tea, and if you would get entertained by something like this and not just go to it with a checklist to write down stuff that'll piss you off, basically, if you're not Josh Hadley.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh.
Then you might have some fun with this movie.
All right, now let me get out my checklist of things I hate.
Okay. One of the funniest parts was this wasn't even really a line of the movie. It was something Brian shouted out at the screen. It was because Channing Tatum's at the White House because he's being interviewed. He's got a job interview to be a Secret Service man. That's why he's at the White House, and he takes his daughter there to go on the tour. Which she's such a fucking White House fan. I don't know why this is the first time she's gone on that tour.
Yeah, she mentioned, like, he's acting like, oh, it's a big deal. You're going to get to go inside the White House.
Yeah.
And she's, like,
Sit in the
looking at
fucking
Wikipedia,
chair.
like, it's like 5 million people go through the White House every year. I'm like, well, that kind of makes this a little less fucking special.
So Channing Tatum, he's got like suit and tie on and stuff like that. And Brian at one point just shouts at the screen, "Fix your goddamn tie!"
It's just hanging loose.
It's true.
He's
all
fucking
this.
security detail for the Speaker of the House. He's fucking going around in, like, the Capitol complex. He's going around in the White House.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking straighten your tie. Fucking actually button this one. Run it up.
You don't even have to button it. Just push the tie up.
Yeah, it'll hold the shirt together.
Yeah.
Fix your goddamn tie.
It was really bugging me.
It's alright. He loses the tie like
Well,
once
he
what
didn't
shit,
get
once
the-
shit goes
Well,
down.
that's why he didn't get the job, you know? It's the tie.
Like, I'm sorry, but when you're being charged with protecting the life of the man who's third in line for the president, look like you give more of a shit than the guy who's doing, like, fucking shift supervisor at McDonald's.
Yeah.
You know what I see when I walk in there? Straight fucking ties.
Or those little scarves that the ladies wear.
Or, yeah, a nice cravat.
He still got the job at the end of the movie. So it all worked
the
out.
fuck up,
It's
Brad.
true. You disagree with me?
He did.
Spoilers.
He did get a presidential appointment on that.
Everything we've said, that's the big spoiler.
Channing Tatum gets the job.
Channing Tatum gets the job. He sees his daughter waving the flag, which I didn't even put together until you guys mentioned it afterwards. Like, that's a bookend that I forgot about. It's a 2-hour, 20-minute movie. I forgot that earlier in the movie.
And the girl, her flag twirling recital, that's what brings it all back together.
He had missed
Full-
it, and he felt like a shitty dad.
Full fucking circle. He saw it this time. Dad of the year.
I don't even know why that. Okay, like, you know,
She
it's
completely forgets about her mom, who she lives with.
right, and like she's all like, okay, I understand. She's like annoyed at her dad and whatnot, and she's upset at her dad like missed her fucking recital and shit. Okay, you know, it happens. Like, I don't know if that merits I no longer call you dad. You're taking me to the White House, John. Thanks.
It's not called a blog. No one says blog.
I forgot. All right, yeah, they do.
And they proceed to say it a lot for the rest of the movie.
Yeah, for the rest of the movie, it's like, see, girl, see, honey, see what he said? The President of the United States calls it a blog. No one calls it email anymore, Dad. No one calls it the White House. No one. God, that's something I noticed too. I was like, I'm positive they still call it a blog.
So many random things. Like, I honestly, like, this movie, I couldn't tell when it honestly was filmed, when it thought it was taking place, because, like, they made a lot of references that felt like this, like, would have been, like, very topical a year
I read it
or
on
two ago.
WikiLeaks.
Yeah.
It's one of the
really?
lines in the movie.
We're just dropping back to that one.
Well, they say that Jamie Foxx is the 47th president of the United States. So that would be what's Obama? Is he the 44th?
Sure.
Okay.
So it takes place in the fucking future.
Well, if he's the 47th president of the United States, yeah.
It takes place a fair distance in the future.
It's the 47th and the fucking 50th. Oh my god. Okay, so this movie gets things in the right order. Like, the president dies, then the vice president takes over. The vice president dies, Speaker of the House takes over. They get that right. But it just seems to me like they're like, okay, we're going to call in the 25th Amendment, which, yes, that amendment does have to do with the succession of power. But, you know, it doesn't quite work the way that they just, like, in the movie, they're like, well, we saw an explosion, president must be dead, we're going to replace him.
Yeah, I saw that explode. I invoke Amendment 25. Like, shit, he's the president now. Fuck, get a Bible.
Oh, come on. That happened all the time on 24. It's realistic now. That didn't really take me out of the movie that much, because in that situation, when the Capitol building has exploded and people in the freaking White House are dying, they do need somebody who's in charge. They can't get a hold of the president. Someone has to be in charge of everything. So that didn't really take me out of the movie that much. Mainly, I don't know, maybe because I've seen it in half a dozen other really silly action movies. Mostly I'm just talking about fucking 24, which is certainly not a fucking benchmark, but that did not take me out of this movie.
Yeah, at least in, like, in Olympus Has Fallen,
Yeah.
they didn't just assume he was dead and just immediately, like, swear in his
Yeah.
vice president. Like, because,
Well, the vice president was already dead.
yeah. But, yeah, because Morgan Freeman was the Speaker of the House in that,
Yeah.
wasn't he? Yeah. And
But they didn't swear him in as
they're
president.
like, well, you're acting president, since the
Yeah.
president is, you know, unconfirmed right at
Yeah.
the moment. You know, he's being held hostage. We need someone to act in his stead. Not like, fuck it, Bible.
You. They had that shit all ready to
Yeah.
go, too. Like, 3 times in the movie we see, all right, here's a briefcase, here's your launch code, keep that on your person at all time. Did Olympus Has Fallen, did that movie all take place in the White House like this one did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did? Okay. Do you guys recommend the movie?
It was a time killer and as
Yeah.
pure comedy gold. I can't, like I said, I can't say it's a good movie because I don't think it's a good movie. I thought it was a god awful movie, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good, like, guilty pleasure. Like, it's... I know I say this about half the movies we go see, but, like, it seems like something, like, give it a year or two, and it'll be on, like, TNT all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like, I can see this one being, like... It's like, oh shit, it's Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
House down.
Yeah, they're gonna marathon it 3 times in a row. I do like. It's the kind of movie though that like your enjoyment of it isn't based on whether or not it's good. Your enjoyment of it's based on whether or not it's entertaining, whether or not you can, whether or not you can have some fun in the movie.
That's the biggest thing is like,
Yeah.
if you can have fun with it, if you can laugh at it and laugh with it, it's a fun one to watch.
Yeah.
You're not gonna take anything from it. You're not.
No.
You're not gonna like. If you have another movie you'd rather watch over this one, you're not gonna pick this one. But yeah, it's a good. If you've got 2.5
else
hours
to do,
Yeah, if you've got nothing else to do,
throw it on.
and
I mean,
and you kind of want to just have some fun, and you don't mind that it's not that good because it's just not really the kind of movie that it is. It's a popcorn entertainment flick, and yeah, if you get some entertainment out of it, then right on. I did. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny movie, and it was a way to kill 2 hours in 20 freaking minutes. I liked it better than World War Z. I got a lot more entertainment out of this than I did that. So yeah, I don't regret going to see this. I really don't.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had fun.
Yeah, exactly.
We had fun. We cackled all the way through this goddamn thing.
yeah, just sitting there fucking like just riffing at it, poking at it.
Yeah, it's that kind of movie. It is.
And it's one of those movies that I think is always going to be better with friends. Don't watch this by yourself. That just seems silly.
Yeah.
Watch it with friends.
Yeah, if I had seen this movie by myself, I don't know if I know I certainly wouldn't have had as good of a time.
Yeah, if I was just like sitting at home and like tried watching this on my own, I would have lost interest fairly quickly.
Yeah, because the first 20 minutes were kind of a rough sit. This movie is really only over 2 hours long because of his fucking kid. Because of his fucking kid and her White House Wikipedia quotes. So what the fuck is next week? Tuesday night, fucking Lone Ranger. Fucking Lone Ranger and
Despicable Me Too.
Despicable Me Too. That's one where the Despicable Me 2 is like an hour shorter than fucking Lone Ranger.
Of course it's gonna be like 3 fucking hours long.
It is. It's like 2.5 fucking hours long. I don't even think that Lone Ranger looks like it's the worst movie of this. If I'm just going by trailer, judging it on that, it isn't that I think it looks like the worst movie of the summer or anything like that, but because I'm so not interested in any of the goddamn trailers for the fucking thing, that mixed in with the fact that it's 2.5 fucking hours long, I really am not looking forward to that, so I'm kind of looking forward to it the least. Which probably means I'll end up liking it.
That's how that works.
Kinda.
You have expectations, it'll crush them. If you don't want to see it, it'll probably turn out decent.
Yeah, you just gotta set the bar really low.
Now, is that what my problem is most of the time? I don't set the bar low enough?
That's what
I don't know how that's even possible with you.
That was one of the excuses as to why we didn't like Man of Steel. It's because we went into it thinking it was going to be good. Oops.
Silly fucking us.
That's too much to fucking ask.
Well, Irving was saying outside in the parking lot that he liked it, though. He thought you guys are too hard on it.
Well, he can have it. It's his. I promise I will never take it away from him.
Yeah, he wants to watch that one, buy the fucking Blu-ray. Awesome.
Good for him.
Yeah.
keep me the fuck away from it.
He wants that one. That's fine. Just let me know when there's a new Marvel movie out. I'll watch those. Fucking watch the shit out of those.
Yeah.
Wolverine.
No, it's not Marvel Studios though.
Yeah, like an actual Marvel
Wolverine,
movie.
Oh, I didn't
God.
realize they weren't making it.
No, that's Fox.
But it's got the robots from Pacific Rim in it.
Yeah,
Apparently, the Silver Surfer's a robot.
Silver Samurai.
The Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
They brought him back into this? They get Lawrence Fishburne back?
Oh, sweet.
That'd be awesome.
Hey, whatever happened to that spin-off movie? We'll get back to you on that one. Alright, you guys done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Alright.
Yeah.
You can go to bed, Sarah.
I was just leaving.
See ya.